Okay, so I'm going to start out with a scenario with you guys. So have you ever been in an argument with like, your significant other and you guys are just getting more and more frustrated at each other because you don't know like what they mean or you don't understand like their thoughts and feelings or where they're coming from? Well, today I'm here for you guys because I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to understand maybe like some nonverbal communication that they're like showing, or to understand how to really analyze their normal verbal communication. By doing this, I'm going to explain the differences between male and female verbal and nonverbal communication. So, today, psychological studies like Walter and Brittany conducted in 2012 and Hargrave in 2008 shows us different patterns of behavior that are mainly presented in only females and sometimes in only males. These different types of behavior can be key to understanding what your significant other might be frustrated about or what you are just not reading. Types of this can include positioning of their body, or you can see like through the words that they are trying to portray or say to you. Overall, what I found when doing research, there isn't like big significant differences between the genders, but just that like maybe like little subtle differences, and this is due to the fact of some points that I will explain later in the speech. So stated in the Walter and Brittany study in 2012 called Improving Volunteer Retention Efforts in Public Library Systems and How Communication and Inclusion Impact Female-Male Volunteers Directly, they stated that structural equation modeling revealed that social group inclusion and overall participation in organizational events were the strongest predictors of female volunteers, and in more participating in decision-making were the strongest predictors in male volunteers. So that was a lot of information. So to explain that is just saying that with females, it was more predicted that they wanted to focus more on the connections between groups and making sure that everyone is okay and working together. The male volunteers just kind of decided that they want to complete the goal at hand, not really worrying about too many feelings along with that. So that just shows you like a couple differences between like nonverbal communication along with those groups. Like others include, it shows through like actual conversation mainly, that females will again tend to stay quiet and listen to the other people at hand or like who have problems currently, and then men again try to stay straightforward in conversations and try to lead to a point. With other categories, again, falling under communication is the nonverbal differences. In another recent study, Correlations Between Personality and Brain Structure, A Cruel Role in Gender by Nostro, Mueller, Reed, and Erikoff in 2017 showed results indicating that brain structure, personality relationships are highly dependent on gender, which might attribute to hormonal interplays or differences in brain organization between male and female. So this is basically saying, again, that females tend to be more focused on just like everyone being okay at hand. Like I said, males were more goal-oriented. So this was found actually that it is based hormonally. So with, again, stereotypical females typically might be more hormonal. And so that is why they like to communicate more of their emotions, because they might have a little bit more emotions than males do. Not to say that males are emotionless, just that is what the research is presenting. Again, not much research in nonverbal differences between genders is today, but it's commonly known, again, that females are more vocal and expressive towards others if upset or happy than males are. And this is also could be due to the fact that they are more stereotypically not quote-unquote allowed to share their emotions. Everyone wants males to be more like tough and hardcore. So that is also maybe a reason why they aren't as vocal as females. Some examples with verbal differences between male and female communications. Again, with verbal communication, it is all with how you are presenting your words and everything else. Like I said, with examples of nonverbal communication, it is more posture and things that you might not typically look at when in a conversation. So with females, again, they'll be more expressive towards how they are feeling. In a study by Wu, Mattingly, and Kramer in 2015 called Communication in Virtual Environments, the Influence of Spatial Cues and Gender on Verbal Behavior. They stated that computerized text analysis revealed linguistic differences as a function of both the physical and social complexity of virtual settings and gender. So when I looked for more information on just verbal communication between the differences, again, there wasn't much presented. It was more based on the fact that since it's more virtual world today, that people are more focused actually on communicating through like texts and tweets and social media and stuff. They only found that females are typically, again, more expressive with how they present themselves on social media than males are. So that was just something that I found very interesting. Yeah, and then again with some more examples when looking for different types of nonverbal cues, just to kind of keep control of like maybe conversations that, again, if you're more frustrated about, you can typically see with like posture, if they are slouching or like more crossed arms and turned away, that they are mad. So you can use that as like, hey, maybe you should back off. Again, like with being in a communication class, I know we've all gone over this. So with hand movements and eye movements, you can typically just start reading those off, and that can help you in the long run with more relationship class. Question? Yes.
Okay, so do you think our generation is going to get worse with communicating with each other or better?
That is what is, oh, sorry. She said, do you think that our generation is going to be better with communication or worse due to technology and stuff? That is what is in debate today. Like I said previously, like linguistics and people who study